Well, so this round we're at Thruxton. It's been quite a tough weekend for the boys in the superbike class. You know, the boys have been trying different things to work the bike to actually, you know, to work well with this tyre, but we feel like we're still struggling a little bit. I mean, Pete is doing quite well. He's in the top 10 for the last 3 races, so he's always liked Thruxton. How he explains it is a bit like the TT course, so I guess that's why he likes it.
Thruxton is a really good circuit for myself. I've won around here, had lots of podiums here. It's a circuit that I've always really gelled with. However, this weekend's been a little bit difficult. We've tried really hard to get what we need, and the top speed of the bike's really good. However, we're just struggling to get the power down on the bike. So whenever we come out of a corner, we're just spinning too much. Both me and Josh are struggling in the same area, but in a different way. I seem to have some edge grip, which allows me to at least open the throttle initially. Josh was struggling more on the drive grip, but ultimate lap times were really not our strong point this weekend at all. We really couldn't do a fast lap time, so in qualifying we were a longish way down the grid, but also in the races, obviously the lap time determines what the grid is for the next race. And unfortunately, because our ultimate out-and-out one-lap pace is not that good, it meant that we were always battling too far down the grid right from the start. So race 1 today, I was in 16th on the grid, even though I finished 8th yesterday, because my pace I can actually keep all race, whereas the other guys go faster initially, but then drop off worse than us. It's just been a really, really tough weekend. It's been hard. However, I've had an 8th and 9th, and I think it was a 12th yesterday, something like that. So not horrendous, but not the best weekend considering just how fast I normally am here at Thruxton.
Yeah, really from the first practice, we recognised a lack of performance, and you know that happens from time to time, from track to track. But you know, normally we just get our heads together and find a solution to setting the bike up better, or you know, finding a way to improve. This weekend, is for all the trying, we didn't really find a solution. We made a big step, you know, throughout practice, but it wasn't enough to bring us into the, you know, let's say the window for fighting near the front. And then when it comes to racing, you know, starting further back on the grid makes it difficult to have a better race. But more importantly, we just didn't have the sheer pace that we needed. You know, grip was the obvious issue we suffered. I'm not really sure how much the tyre that they brought for this event, which was a little harder, influenced our lack of performance, because obviously everyone else on the grid had the same tyre and they were able to make it work. So I don't feel like it would be fair just to blame the tyre, but so we just didn't have enough grip to be competitive, and I can't say why that is. I just don't understand it. We tried everything and couldn't find a solution. So now we just have to accept that and move on.
On another note, Richard Cooper got a win, so very chuffed with that, very happy, and you know, he's riding really well, very much enjoying the F900 Cup.
Thruxton was always going to be a difficult one due to the nature of the track and the fact that there's so much slipstreaming involved here. Yesterday's heat race was a bit of a tester for me to see if I could break the pack and how far I needed to be in front to control the race. Which gave me a little bit of knowledge for the main race today. And initially the start was a little bit tricky. I had a bit of a collision with another rider, sent off track and dropped off the lead pack, but actually used that slipstream advantage to gain my time back. Once I got in the mix, I managed to sort of find a good rhythm, break into the front, and it's important to make the most of Sector 1, the complex, to try and make a gap for the second and third part of the circuit. And yeah, 0.2, 0.3 of a second is all you need, and I managed to get that sort of gap. Not easy by long means, but I thoroughly enjoyed that race to extend the championship lead, and more importantly for Thomas Strudwick, who's constantly been finishing second to me, to finish third, gives us a little buffer that we're looking forward to going into Cadwell Park, which is our next meeting for round 7, August bank holiday. So yeah, you know, another great job by FHO Racing. Really enjoy riding this bike, the F900 and the championship. Cadwell Park, a track that I grew up on in my younger years, so I think it's going to be a very good meeting coming up, and I can't wait to get started.
And now we look forward to Cardwell at the end of the month, which is our home round and I hope many of you will turn up to support the team, and obviously I'll be there, so I'll see you in Caldwell Park.